Hey guys, so head cold today. So a ridiculously short Bitcoin and crypto market update, but some things that you need to know. So make sure that you watch this quick update. As far as the market goes, nothing is financial advice. As we look at Bitcoin, what we want to see here, this is so important, is we want to see a daily break above the 117 to 118K level. This is around 16,900, but again, I would rather see a little bit more strength in there above 117K on the daily chart. I want to see a break and a hold. So again, if we just go up here on the intraday chart as far as Bitcoin goes and we can't hold it and we move back down, that to me is going to be bearish for a retest of this area around 112, potentially to go back down to around 109 to 107. But again, we want to break and hold on the higher time frames. Of course, higher time frames have a lot more substance than the intraday time frame. So overall, right now, Bitcoin has rallied from 107, continues to go up, but we are reaching a resistance level in Bitcoin on the daily in the intraday chart. Now, as far as that goes, Ethereum as well has looked really strong here in the last couple of days. It had sustained and looked weak under 4,500, but finally Ethereum has bursted above 4,500 and is rallying up to the $4,600 to $4,700 range. Again, much like Bitcoin, we want to see this level hold for Ethereum. As I always say on this channel, you have to allow the market to prove itself. Otherwise, it's a rejection and you're buying at resistance. This is not where you want to tend to buy. You want to buy strength. You want to make sure that not only do you buy here before it surges up, but typically you want to either buy after it flips and it shows strength, or if it does reject from these areas, a pullback as far as Ethereum goes down here to this 4450 level, that's probably an area that you want to rebid. But again, a lot of this has to do with the stock market. Stock markets right now, we won't look at it hitting all-time highs yet again today. So stocks have been really hot right now. Bitcoin has been really hot, and that is mainly because we know that here in the coming days, we're going to see around a 95% probability of rate cuts. Now, before we got into this long ago, weeks ago, I gave a couple different scenarios. One scenario was we were going to dump into FOMC and then pump out of it regardless of the rate cuts. But another scenario that I did talk about was pumping into FOMC and the FOMC be a sell the news event. Why would it be a sell the news event? That's because it's already priced in. Like with all markets, everything's always already priced in. All right. You're never going to buy something, a news event, and not think that it's priced in, because it will be priced in. Somebody already knew about it before you. And with that said, potential for a pullback on Wednesday. So that's a long time from now. We're going to take it day by day, level by level, as I always say. But just understand that is potential as we start to reach resistance levels for crypto market and, of course, hit all-time highs for stocks. Now, Chainlink actually looks pretty good here. I do like the break above $24 or $24.70 here, and I do think that we'll go on up to hit $25.50 as far as a current target for Chainlink. Again, just a couple percentage points. It's not very big as far as a target, but if it can flip this area, I do think that then Chainlink would go on to retest the $27 area. So Chainlink, I did buy this pullback here, and notice this level that I have. Of course, it broke above it, came back down. I bought this level, and then now we're pushing back up. And again, that's what I want to show you when it comes to buying pullbacks. Buy into support, sell into resistance a lot of times, or long or short accordingly. So Chainlink looks really good. As far as Solana is yet another one of these altcoins or crypto assets that actually have pumped a lot. And actually Sol has outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum over the past few weeks. But Sol, again, Solana is reaching a point of the upper trend line, and I am expecting a potential pullback here if it cannot push above this trend. So with that said, just an alert here for Solana. Again, going into the weekend, it's hard to know because there seems to be a lack of liquidity in all markets, especially crypto. It tends to be a lot of candles back and forth and a lot of volatility. So you have to be aware to tone down the leverage as you go into weekends. Now, overall, though, Solana has looked really good, has looked really strong. And so just expect a potential pullback after having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row in green. And you haven't really saw that since back in early July for Solana. After it did that, of course, it pulled back from 206 down to 158, a significant pullback of over 20%, 25%. So just be aware that again, you want to not buy into resistance. You tend to want to buy pullbacks, and there is potential for the market to pull back. Doesn't mean that we're not bullish. As I said before, if Bitcoin and Ethereum can continue to break above these current levels of 117K and 4,700, close above it on the daily or higher time frames, it is bullish overall for the crypto market. And no, I do not think that the top is in for Bitcoin. As I show you guys continuously, the Bitcoin quantile model is showing around a 220K level as far as a potential top for Bitcoin. We are far away from that. I do believe, though, after such a significant rally over the past few weeks, there is potential for a pullback, but those dips are for buying, which is very bullish overall, as we see to the Bitcoin ETF continues to have lots of inflows over the past week. So the only thing else that I want to leave you as I talk about a potential pullback is because here on the Twitter, as you can see, the appetite for hedging is rising. So the cost of hedging is actually against a 10% drop in the NASDAQ. It has jumped to its highest since 2022. And so basically they are protecting from potential downside. So a lot of times what you end up doing for hedging is they will end up buying spot assets and then short selling, of course, as a hedge. If the market goes down, that protects against those spot buys. But just to understand that, investors are adding hedges to protect their longs, to protect their spot positions. And this is actually a growing signal ahead of the anticipated September FOMC meeting. So I'm not the only one saying this. A lot of other people who are very good with markets are also saying this as well, that you just want to be aware as we go into the FOMC meeting, not to, as I can say, buy a pump, right? You want to end up buying pullbacks. You want to buy strength. And that's the strategy that you need to do to be successful in this market. But overall, the markets look fantastic. Again, a lot of strength that we've seen in Link and Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin, but you have to be aware we are approaching some resistance areas, so potential pullbacks ahead. We'll know more on Monday, okay, guys? So with that said, that's the market update for today. You guys make sure to have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day. Trade safe, and I will see you on the next one.